Good. Shot of Brandy podcast, man. This episode 241. Up in here, man, with Christie boy. Twin, what's good with you, man?
Hey, what's up, B? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I appreciate you pulling up on me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Okay, so what is this, your professional voice?
No, this ain't my professional voice. This is how I talk.
Okay. No, man, what's good with you, though, twin, man?
Man, life is great. I mean, I can't complain. Life is great.
Okay,
God's been
good.
showing out.
Okay, that's good. Nah, like, I seen you back on the scene, like, with the fashion and everything. I said, okay, man, she back outside.
Oh, I'm back outside. Been outside.
Okay, so where is the boy family from, dog? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so the boy family is from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah, born and raised.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when did y'all come on the north, dog? You know what I'm saying? Like, when did y'all get to the north?
So we
Because I heard some stories, you know what I'm saying?
What kind of stories did you hear?
Man, just all type of stories, man. I heard y'all had y'all own house and shit.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it was cracking, though.
Yeah, it was very cracking, very much so. Shout out to North Highlands. So,
okay, yeah.
So we transitioned from the east side of town to the north side of town back in 1998, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
so y'all was on the east originally.
Yeah, on the east side originally, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so how was that? You know what I mean?
You know, it was a challenge. You know, it was definitely a challenge. You know, for pretty girls, long hair. Right. You know,
right. So they was hating on y'all early, is what you saying?
Very much so.
Okay, right. Okay.
Very much so.
So then the transition to the north. Was it the same or was
Very much so. I'm just going to be honest with you. You know, a lot of people wanted to know who these four girls were that, you know, was new to the north side, basically.
Right.
So because...
Right. And popped up, right?
Popped up, right.
Okay.
You know, so because majority of John Marshall kids went to Hoover and Western Village and things like that. And
right.
We didn't go to any of those schools.
Right. See, the Ville is my hood, right? Okay. So I grew up on 103rd, but y'all came to the north in high school.
Right. Freshman year.
Right. So y'all didn't grow up on the north like riding bikes from neighborhood to neighborhood and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
At all. No, not at all.
Okay, right. So y'all was damn near grown when y'all got to the north.
Well, pretty much. I mean, yeah, if you want to say so.
Okay, so how did the own house come about? You know what I'm saying? Did mom just throw y'all a house? Like, how did that come about? You know? Because that's rare, right?
I mean, it is very rare. So, mom's was in property management for a long time or whatever. And so she had her own spot and then which she also resided with us as well. But she spent majority of her time at her own apartment that she managed or whatever the case may be.
So she had her own deal going on.
Right. Well, not really necessarily had her own deal going on, but, you know, she just had two residencies at that time, you know. Right,
yeah. But that's 5 women in one house, right?
Right, exactly.
Okay, so how was that?
It was very much a challenge. And when I say that, it's because we are very overprotective of each other. I mean, we're very overprotective of each other. We are our sister's keeper. You know, and if you heard some stories, then you would know that we ran together, you know, and things like that. But
Okay, so how was it being a twin, though?
You know what? Me and my twin sister, we are very, very close. You know, I would have to say that, I mean, like, you know how some people be like, you know, do you feel what she feels and stuff like that? You know, I feel everything she feels and everything like that. I know when she's upset, you know, but it was great having a twin. We didn't dress alike.
Okay. So y'all identical or just twin?
No, we're fraternal.
Okay, so what does that mean?
So fraternal is that you're twins, but you don't look alike.
Okay.
Identical is basically identical. I don't know the correct terminology for fraternal, but you know.
Okay, so y'all not identical and y'all didn't dress alike. So did y'all have to share everything?
No, we actually had our own identities growing up, as you can see. You know, I'm always been the one that stood out and things like that. And she's more of a calm type, but I'm more of a, not flamboyant, but you know, you see what I'm saying or whatever.
Okay.
But we were really close. We're still close. I mean, we even graduated high school, and then we went on to having our first apartment together. Pregnant at the same time, everything like that. So it was great.
Okay, so then you have a younger sister. How did that, like being a twin and then having a younger sister? That's two older sisters for the youngest one, right? And then the oldest. That's that's older than y'all.
Right. So we are stair-step. So we're 41.
Okay.
My younger sister, Michelle, that resides in D.C., is about to be 40.
Okay.
And then my older sister is 42.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're stair-step. But the crazy part about it is even though me and Crystal are twins, a lot of people thought that we were triplets or either thought that Michelle and Crystal were twins.
Oh, okay.
Because they couldn't tell us apart, basically.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are y'all mixed with?
Ooh, we're definitely black. I should say that, but down the line, we're mixed with Creole. Okay. So yeah, we have Creole in us and some other things down the line and stuff like that. You know. So, but the majority of the one is Creole. Yeah.
Okay, right. Man, so who was over the house though? Like coming up, you know what I mean?
Me. So
how was you over the house?
Well, it wasn't necessarily that I was over the house. It was more of I was the protector. Okay. You see what I'm saying?
Okay,
so, you know, everybody my mom, you know, even though she wasn't in the household, she was in the household on the weekends or whatever I should say.
Yeah.
But I was the protector or whatever of the home. And when I say that is like if there was a noise or anything like that, you know, since we didn't have any boys growing up, no brothers, I would have to be the one to go and check, or I would, you know, cook the meals or clean the home and things like that, just making sure everybody was in
cooking.
Order. I was cooking, and I was cleaning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was cleaning. And so, but we all had our own different roles. So we definitely had our own different roles as far as keeping the house together. So
okay, so then you graduate and you say that why y'all move in together? Like if y'all haven't been separate, why did y'all move in together in the apartment?
You know, actually, you know, we had such a strong bond. Even to this day, you know, we might fall out, things like that. But, you know, that's still my go-to person. And so we wasn't ready to go our separate ways. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, but, yeah, I mean, even on the weekends, sometimes I still go spend the night with my sister, you know, sleep on the couch, even though she don't be wanting company. I still, you know, make my way over there. But yeah, we're definitely close. We shared our first apartment together and everything like that. So first two apartments, I should say. Oh,
first two.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was life after John Marshall like for you?
Okay. So, life after John, I just wanted to go back a little bit. John Marshall, we went there from 9th to 12th.
9th from 12th.
9th grade to 12th grade.
Okay.
I took up fashion in John Marshall.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
so you was already into fashion?
Yeah, I was into Deca and fashion merchandising. That was the same thing. My 9th grade year, I took over that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was also... voted best dress in high school.
What?
Yes.
At the Marshall? That's hard.
They had my picture messed up, but my name and everything. I won prom queen or whatever, so I was 2001. John Marshall.
So you was popular?
I was definitely. We all was popular, you know. But yeah, I mean, if you should say so, yeah, I would say so. We were definitely known from the north side and things like that.
Okay, my cousin Monique. I wonder what class she is. she had the hazel eyes.
Oh, Monique Turner.
Yeah.
They used to be my friend. Well,
Oh,
we're still friends or whatever. She used to stay in the colonnades across the street from us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
Our first job was together at Sonic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you was already into fashion, and then you won the. So who was the prom king?
Randy Sampson. This guy
okay.
named Randy Sampson.
Okay. So that was my next door neighbor.
Oh, Randy Sampson was?
Right.
Okay.
And your best friend, like, he was infatuated with her. You know what I'm saying? like
Shawan,
he would always talk to her.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she was on my block, too. Man, like, after school, too. Yeah, that's cool then, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Okay. So you already had it. Why fashion then?
Well, to be honest, my mom had started a boutique when we were in high school.
Oh, okay.
So my mom had a boutique.
So she was already on the entrepreneur vibes?
She was already on the being an entrepreneur. She sold clothes, but she kind of had us in and out of things. We were on the news TV channels and had our name in the articles and stuff for her sewing and everything like that, and she went on.
So she made you custom pieces?
She definitely made us when we were little girls. Yeah, she made custom pieces, but her boutique was not custom pieces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we ran her boutique out of off of Britain, and we had a shop over at the flea market as well.
Oh, okay, damn. And this is when the flea market was cracking,
Definitely.
Okay, so what type of fashion was you in like back in the day? Because right now they're copying the 90s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what was you in when you was actually in the 90s?
So in the 90s, I wore a lot of baggy clothes, Jodeci boots and things like that. The hoop earrings, the hair pull back, things like that. Just oversized clothes with MC Hammer boots and stuff like that, I should say.
Yeah, but for you to get best dressed at the Marshall, and that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big deal, you know what I'm saying? Because niggas back then was putting that shit on going to school, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was really like a fashion show, you know what I'm saying? Like, Brandy had all the J's and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so was that pressure that John Marchie? Because I was going to Edmond school, but still going back to the North. Like, do you feel like that y'all was pressured, like, back then to have, like the name brand clothes or whatever?
No, and actually we wore name brand, but it wasn't, we weren't pressured. We wasn't, we actually just did us. You see what I'm saying? Right. We were young. We had our own money. We had jobs at 15 years old. So we were, going out buying our, our own things that we wanted and stuff like that. So it was never about a brand. It was just basically putting our clothes together, and like I said, in the 90s, I wore baggy clothes and things like that. So
okay. So the second apartment, man, that y'all on, like, where are you at in life right there?
So basically we are staying in Crow Run Apartments.
Oh, Crow Run. Okay.
Yeah, we were staying in Crow Run Apartments. So let me back it up. So in senior, we were staying at Crow Ridge. We had our own apartment at when we were juniors at Crow Ridge. So we got rid of the house, and my younger sister went with my mom, and then me and my twin got an apartment at Crow Ridge, and then my older sister had her first baby in '98, and so she went off to live in her own apartment. And so we stayed there for a while, and then we went to Crow Run, and I helped her with her pregnancy and everything like that. So
so then y'all really starting life.
Yeah, we're starting life, and that's when I became manager at a clothing store. I was assistant manager, and that's how the whole fashion still was coming about, because I was manager at Body Central. So I was assistant manager. So yeah. Okay,
so you still but you got a kid at this point, right? Okay, but you still dabbling in the fashion at work.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so are you putting it on, or are you just helping other people at that time?
So basically, I was not putting it on. I was, so I don't think I understand your question right. What do you mean when I was like putting it on as far as what?
Okay, so you got a kid, but are you still fashionable?
Oh, yeah, definitely. That if you know if you know people that know me knows that I've always been fashionable or whatever. So, right. But part of my job at Body Central was I was assisted, customers with going out outfits on different occasions. And I also did merchandising, making sure all the outfits went together and everything like that.
Oh, okay. So when do you feel like in your adulthood that you, start really being about the fashion? You know what I'm saying? Because if you raising your babies, how you about the fashion?
You know what? And honestly, after I left from managing department clothing stores, that's not something that I wanted to do, basically. I wanted to be a property manager. I started doing that, full time, running apartments and things like that. So that's not something that I wanted to do. Fashion didn't start picking up for me until I think 2012 again, 2013.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, why is that?
Well,
that's like a 10-year break, right?
Yeah, that was a 10-year break. Okay. A lot of the time, a lot of it was because I was struggling with mental health. So I basically was secluded. I was isolated, had social anxiety. So I was basically off the scene for a long time, just being a stay-at-home mom, and things like that. So, yeah.
Okay, so what year was this that you felt like that you had to be secluded? Because right now, after the pandemic, it felt like there's a lot of people that feel like that. Mm-hmm. But you was going through that when? So
let me back up. So 2010 is when everything was going great. I was a property manager in school full-time, working part-time. Everything was going great. Then me and my son got into a car accident in 2010, and that's basically what changed the whole game about the fashion industry, and that's how, so.
So your focus shifted.
Exactly.
Okay, right. Okay, so during that period, what are you going through? You know what I'm saying?
So back in 2010, when I had the car accident, I'm not thinking anything of it. By then, they were just throwing opiates and everything to you or whatever. So, I was just thinking of, I'm in a car wreck, nothing, I was in a, not so good relationship. So it started taking a turn for the worse when I wasn't in pain anymore, but I still kept abusing, the medication and stuff like that. So that's basically how it shifted, is the car wreck in 2010.
Well, right now, we going through an opiate epidemic, basically. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But you was given the pills 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So the pills is real.
Yeah, the pill addiction is definitely real.
Okay. Yeah, because a lot of people don't come back from that.
No. Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's great that you are here and you can talk about it, because there's a lot of people that's homeless that, that just can't get over that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And so, and just to, touch on that. So in 2000, I struggled with pills from 2010 to 2017.
Oh, okay.
So, and when I say I struggled, I really did struggle. It was times where, like I was telling my twin sister, Crystal, they didn't know how many pills I was consuming in a day or whatever. So it was so bad that it got up to about 20 pills a day. And that was not even to, get high. It was basically to keep from having the withdrawals or whatever.
Okay.
So,
right.
So I had 3 overdoses or whatever. They were all accidental. And one of them, I was in a coma for 10 days or whatever. Yeah, I was in a coma for 10 days. And you would think that after having 3 accidental overdoses and in a coma for 10 days that I would want to change and not go back, but it literally had a hold on me. Like it really did.
Right.
And, I was in and out of detox centers. I was in and out of rehab facilities, mental health patient facility doctors, all of that stuff. And it wasn't until March 2nd, 2017, that my sister, Crystal, was doing some research because I had checked myself in. I was so bad off of opiates that I was actually sneaking them in the rehab. Just to get high and everything like that. So it was really bad. My brother-in-law, he drove all the way down here to pick me up, and drove me and my kids back to DC to get away or whatever. But it wasn't until March the 2nd, 2017 that my sister had been doing some research for me, Crystal, and she was like, I found this place. It's going to help you. And she and my older sister told me to meet her there at 11 o'clock. And I met there, and the rest is history. And I've been changed ever since, so.
Man, that's, I'm telling you, man, like you talking about 3
overdoses.
Yeah, man, like people don't recover from that, man. Like I got a homeboy that ain't recovered. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, but you here now, like talking about it though. You know what I'm saying? So how does that even feel though? You know
what? I used to, when I would be high off of opiates and everything like that, I would literally be praying to God, like, okay, my breakthrough is about to come. I would be having conversations with him, in the bathroom, walking down my hallway, being like, I'm delivered and stuff like that. So I told God that if he delivered me from opiates, then I would definitely tell my testimony to people to save, because now they have this new drug called fentanyl, which that's basically, taking people out left and right. So I wanted to be a voice to those that are struggling and say, hey, you can overcome this,
Right. And I have friends and family that passed away from the fentanyl, you know what I'm saying? So it's good that she rescued from that, because right before she did, then the fentanyl came, and you don't know what you was
up against.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so was you getting it prescribed or was you getting it on the streets?
No, it was actually prescribed to me.
Oh, okay.
It was actually but
well, that's good then, because the street, like, you don't know, like, if it's if it's the actual pill that you're buying. Well,
let me go back. So I was getting them prescribed to me, but I was abusing them so badly, I would go through my prescription and then go to the street for it. Does that make sense? So that's what I was doing, because I was so heavily in them and I didn't care where they were coming from.
Right. And that's what I'm saying though, like, that's where the most deaths is coming from, like with the fentanyl, because they think they getting this pill, but it's really fentanyl because they really don't care where it's coming from.
Right,
it's coming from Mexico and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and people, I want people to understand that addiction is a disease. Basically, it's a disease. Well, I was taught, so I don't want to say, but people really do struggle, when you, like, even though I've been clean of opiates since March the 2nd, 2017, I still struggle. I don't take opiates, but, it still, bothers me in my mindset or whatever. So that's why, you take one day at a time, one day at a time. That's what they always say, one day at a time, but, it's great to have a support system, because I truly had a strong support system. My mom, my sisters, definitely my best friend Shawan, but most importantly, it was Crystal that did the research for me to get better. So,
because she actually knew who you was, and it wasn't you that you was displaying.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So she just got fed up with it, and it was like, man, I need to save my sister.
Exactly.
Okay. Right.
Exactly.
Okay. So then you so in DC, are you taking them in DC?
No, because I didn't. So at that time, I was staying with my sister and I was going to hair school or whatever. So, no, I was not taking them because I didn't have access to them or whatever the case may be. But if I did have access to them, I probably would have taken them. But no, things just didn't work out in DC, and so I moved back, and then that's how it started all over again.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. So I was off, and then came back, and then relapsed on them.
Okay.
And then that's when so DC was before 2017 or whatever. And so after I came back, relapsed, that's when Chris was like, no more, I got to get you some help.
Okay.
And yeah.
Right. Okay. So how does it feel to man, like once you get out, you know what I'm saying?
You know what?
Like it's tough, right?
It's tough. It's tough because
you're an adult and this is all on you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm. So, basically, when I came out of rehab or whatever, I was in there for like that was the last stay that I was in for 10 days or whatever. Mm-hmm. It was very, very challenging because when you're inside of rehab, you're locked in the doors or whatever. And so you see psychiatrists and you see doctors and therapists and all this stuff like that. So it's like you're constantly busy. So you don't have time to think of your outside world. And, you can't really talk on the phone and things like that. So can't watch certain stuff on TV. But so when I got out of rehab, it was basically life hit me again. So I'm just like, what am I going to do? And I remember my doctor saying, if you really want to change, you have to change your people, places, and things. And that's what I did. I changed my people, places, and things. So
right. Okay, so like you said, a hard relationship. Was it a hard breakup for you? Like, was you in love?
When, as far as the...
Could you say that, like, you was going through a hard relationship
earlier on? Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was in the relationship. It was very verbally and physically, physical abusive stuff going on and whatever. And so it was a lot. And so, dealing with, undealt with trauma can cause you to self-medicate. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I was doing, was self-medicating.
Right. So you think weed is weed a hard drug? Like, what do you say weed is? You know what I'm saying? Because I think I'm addicted to weed because I smoke it every day. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know too much about cannabis to know to whether it's if it's causes addiction or anything like that.
Yeah.
Anything that to, like, I'll say, for instance, I don't know what they're putting in cannabis now, but I know someone who was diagnosed with CHS, which was constantly puking and stuff like that because of too much, cannabis. So,
oh, for real?
Yeah, But I don't think, I'm not against cannabis, not by any means. Sometimes if I'm stressing or whatever, I won't smoke because that's not what I do, but I will take a gummy. And, my psychiatrist has, said, oh, you need to get your medical marijuana card. But I don't necessarily know if people can be addicted to cannabis or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. So did your kids know a difference?
Yeah, my kids had a hard life growing up, because they witnessed, and one of the, I tried to keep everything from them or whatever, but even now, I'm so honest with my children about, the drugs and, and my situation and my past situation, because I don't want it to repeat generational curses and stuff like that. But
yeah, because it's harder on them these days, like with the music and the peer pressure that they have to go through, that the drugs is just right there.
Right. It's just right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, they definitely knew that there was a difference, because if you have taken opiates, then you know that one of the side effects is sleepiness, drowsiness. So I was not, coherent. I was incoherent all the time, didn't do my motherly duties, stuff like that. But, now that I've been sober, since March the 2nd, 2017, life has changed completely. My kids are thriving. I have one in college, one at Mustang playing football, and then I have my 7-year-old daughter.
Okay. So what year was she born?
She was born in 2015.
Okay. 2015. So 2 years of you going through what you got to go through.
Right.
Okay, so did she know anything being 2?
You know what? I don't think that she necessarily knew that there was anything wrong with me, because they really don't. I really don't know as far as that, but I know that my oldest son, Christie, was the main caretaker for her when I was in my mom now, when I was going through my struggles and things like that. So
you got a family though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But most people don't got a family like that.
Right. Yeah. So I have an
kids
amazing.
Kids would be going into like child custody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My family had it rough growing up, man, and it was in and out of child custody, and who gonna watch? You know what I'm saying? So that's good that you had a mature enough son, and then your mom knew that you wasn't yourself, and she stepped up too.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
so they all
cool.
stepped up. Michelle, she, my sister from DC, always came down, to set stuff in place, because see, when I was in the coma, my kids had to get guardianship of my children, because to place them in school and everything like that. And then I had to go into learning how to, walk and everything like that. And due to the fact that the oxygen, I went, I forgot how long I went without oxygen to the brain. It has caused some delays and stuff, with how I, respond to things or can't keep focused, things like that. So, but yeah, I did definitely have a strong support system that helped me out with my children.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it seems like you and your daughter are best friends.
Oh, definitely. Okay. I feel like, God knows what you need. You see what I'm saying? And He knew what I needed, and He knew what I was struggling with at that time. And yes, God sent her, and the rest is history. That is definitely my best friend.
Okay, right. So, So are you playing dress up with her now?
Man, she is definitely my child, because we do our makeup together. We do dressing together. She's more advanced at 7 years old than I was, because she's,
of course she is.
Yeah, she's cutting up things and sewing things and gluing them. Yeah, so she's definitely
Okay, right. Okay, so then 2 years of being sober, how are you? 2019, where you at?
So 2019 was really a great year, because that's when I came out with Fab Four Studio LLC. That's when I decided to launch my business and everything. So that was a great year. So November of 2019 is when I launched Fab Four Studio LLC.
Okay, and what is that exactly?
Basically, Fab Four Studio is a fashion. Basically, it's a fashion boutique, but I do more than just boutique. I style. I do get ready with me videos. I have a somewhat of a not large following, but it's getting up there, a group and everything like that. So basically, Fab Four Studios was originated by 4 sisters. It's mine, but I wanted to pay tribute to my all 4 of us. So so can people come to you because not everybody got style, right? You know what I'm saying? So can they come to you
and you style them?
Yeah, they definitely can come to me. I often have people come to me who are other stylists and say, okay, I got this client, she needs this, or anybody who is needing, help with clothing and things like that, I do that. So help assist or personal shopper, whatever the case may be. So,
right. And that's all helping you too, right?
Yeah, definitely. I cope with my depression because a lot of people don't understand that I was diagnosed with severe anxiety disorder and major depressive disorder. So that is how I cope with that's how I cope with it, is through fashion.
Okay, right. Exactly. And like, yeah, but those are your roots too. So it's not like that you just picked up something,
right?
And man, and just doing it just to take your mind off of it,
right?
Like, you really love doing it, right?
I really love doing fashion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
right.
which sets me apart from my sisters because they're all in property management and real estate agents. So, in property investment. So, and I'm the only one that, they all have fashion sense though. So that's how Fat Four came about, because we used to always say, hey, Fat Four, so it was short for Fabulous Four. You see what I'm saying? But
okay, right.
Yeah, but definitely.
Okay. Yeah, but then, like, when did you start feeling yourself again?
So August of 2022.
Oh, August 22. So this is last year.
Yeah, this was last year.
Oh,
I
okay.
missed my 40th birthday because I was definitely I was going through a depressive state,
okay.
Couldn't get out of bed, wouldn't leave my house, anything like that. So I called my psychiatrist. I'm like, hey,
Okay, hold on. So what did the pandemic do to you mentally?
You know what? It didn't do anything to me. I know that a lot of people was suffering from anxiety and,
I picked up anxiety after the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like just going back outside. Man, it wasn't it.
Yeah. See, I didn't.
Yeah.
Going back outside and everything like that. That didn't bother me too much. I did have social anxiety though, but after, and when I say social anxiety, I would not want to go to social gatherings and stuff. Even I just went to the comedy show with Lil Duval the other day, and we were all setting up on each other and stuff, and I started having an anxiety attack because I can't be in closed spaces. With
right.
crowded people. So,
okay, right. So what comedy spot was it? It was downtown?
Yeah, the comedy, yeah.
Yeah, like in the seats is like you gotta share the table.
Yeah, you gotta share the table. Yeah.
Right, that shit is like, man, I don't even know them, and we this close.
Like,
right,
we all should have just came together, but
it's ridiculous, yeah.
Yeah, the pandemic really didn't do anything to me because, see, I was already stable, and things like that. When I mean stable, like, some of the, medicines that I was taking for depression and anxiety helped stabilize my mood and things like that. So it really didn't do too much to me. It basically helped me in numerous ways because I, was away from everybody and I could, focus on me and my future.
Okay, right. Okay. So then get back to what was we saying, before I interrupted you?
About you lost me.
Okay. So then, feeling yourself, and you said
yeah.
In August 22, so that's last year.
Yeah. So basically, my sister is really big on manifestation. Crystal is. So, she was just like, you can create the life that you want to have. You just have to manifest it and walk into it, And so basically she just started giving me these different tips and stuff, and she started telling me to change how I think about life, and so she's a writer. I'm not really a writer. I express myself through social media avenues and things like that, but I'm not a writer. But I started feeling myself because, she started telling me, love yourself where you are, and that's what I did. And you know what? I was just like, forget it. I'm going to put on my best dress and, screw this social anxiety. I'm about to get out because I had it bad. I didn't want to go out, nothing, be around people. But yeah, but I think October is when I start, getting out. I hung out with my friend Tawana, and it's been, and I've been outside ever since.
Okay. So it's feeling good for you.
Yeah, life is great. Life is great.
Man, that's like, I'm telling you, man, like, you don't know, like, people do not recover from that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just what you went through, and then the comas, and then the depression, like, people don't bounce back like that. I'm telling you, man. You know
because people don't understand that addiction and depression go hand in hand with each other. People don't understand if you're dealing with depression, sometimes that people will self-medicate or whatever. If they're dealing with depression, anxiety, they self-medicate. Or if they if they're dealing with addiction, they're also dealing with some sort of depression or anxiety or whatever. It's something with the chemical imbalance within the brain and things like that. So a lot of people don't bounce back. But see, I started doing my research or whatever. So what I did, my research was I started Googling vitamins. So I know that now that if you are depressed, 9 times out of 10, you lack vitamin D3. So I started, taking vitamin D3 for depression. And then I've moved on to magnesium. People don't understand that magnesium causes anxiety. I mean, if you take magnesium, it cures anxiety. Well, I ain't going to say cure, but it helps with anxiety. So I take magnesium. And then chlorophyll is another one that is a great detox. But I don't recommend anybody to detox at home, especially if it's alcohol or opioids or something like that, because you can die from the withdrawal symptoms because they're so brutal or whatever, and which is one of the main reasons why I could not get sober, is because I was so afraid of the withdrawals.
Okay, so so are you addicted and you are doing the research?
No.
Oh, this is after.
Yeah, so major depressive disorder, I started trying to figure out, what was going on with me mentally. I had already, was sober from opiates. So then after I was sober from opiates, I still had to deal with depression and anxiety. So that's when I started doing my research, because I had been in and out of the hospital, dealing with my mental health or whatever. People don't understand that. I mean, don't know that either. I was in and out for mental health. I had suicidal thoughts. Go ahead.
Yeah, but you still have to have a strong mind to be researching what you're going through, man. Because people don't be caring about the research about what they're actually going through, because they mind ain't that strong to even, want to research it. Right.
Well, see, I always knew that I had a calling on my life and I had a purpose in life. So I was always set apart from others. I always had this strong relationship with God. I always talked to him, and I knew that I was going to overcome. A lot of people, I'm telling you, I would be so high as a kite, but still in my living room praising God, because I knew I was going to come out, and it was a reason for me to come out so I can help at least save somebody along the way. You see what I'm saying? But, I said, you know what, I'm tired of my kids, having to deal with the ups and downs of depression and anxiety and stuff like that. So I have been dealing with a psychiatrist since 2009, I think. And so the medicine wasn't working for me, so I started juicing and I started doing my research on vitamins, and that's how I came about to, help
Man.
cure myself.
So you was on some Dr. Sebi shit.
Yeah, exactly. I juice every day and take my vitamins. I drink my water. I exercise because those are very important to, living a drug-free life.
Right. See, you gotta start an organization, man, to help black women because there's a lot of women that's going through what you have been through, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't have the family support. So if they have somebody who can hear from you and can see you actually thriving from all of that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, that'd be special, man.
Yeah, and that's crazy that you say that because, I've never thought about working, one-on-one with individuals, such as, single black women or black women. But I did have visions of me speaking in conferences to people and things like that.
Okay, right.
But my sister is planning on opening up a shelter, my older sister. And I think that I could help out over there.
Okay, right. And she told me about the shelter too.
Yeah.
So you can because people in the shelter, man, they going through so much because they homeless. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you don't know what they going through. And again, they don't have that support. You know what I'm saying? So you were so lucky enough to have the support of your family to bounce back. But you got to encourage them that it's not over.
Right. It's not. Listen, you know what? The biggest thing to overcome an addiction is that you have to make up in your mind that you're ready.
Okay.
You have to make up in your mind that you're ready. And, when my sister, I'm assuming that my sister knew I was ready. Because she went and she looked for that place for me. It was a brand new place. I was a second patient there. And it's Oakwood Springs. So if anybody has needed information, it's Oakwood Springs. And so, she must have could feel that I was ready. And so that's basically how it started, is because I was ready. You have to have a made up mind that you want to get sober.
Okay, right. Exactly. Okay, so when did you start to pop out on Facebook with the outfits, though? You know what I'm saying? Because you went through all that and you bounced back and your kids are straight now and your life is straight. But then when did you say, okay, now I'm going to start putting it on, you know what I'm saying, and showing off my fashion and showing off that I'm back mentally where I need to be?
Right. So I would say that probably about October. Like anybody who knows me knows that I've always knew how to put outfits together. Okay, so I used to just buy clothes all the time. I still do that every day, shop every day, but they would just hang up in my closet. And so I would just start putting, outfits together, but never go out, step out. And then Crystal was like, get on TikTok, look what they're doing and stuff. So I just started becoming familiar with myself and loving myself through the camera. And so that's how the Get Ready With Me videos came about, because once I started, getting the Get Ready With Me videos, people started coming to me and asking, can you style me? Can you be my personal shopper? Things like that. So that's basically how it came about.
Right. Okay. So let's talk fashion in Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? Like with you being up on fashion, you know what I'm saying? How I want to say, is the city fashionable or is the city country?
I wouldn't say that they're fashionable, or I wouldn't say that they're country. I feel like the city plays it safe.
Okay, right.
They play it safe.
Right. Okay. Right. Exactly. But we get it last though.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because the styles come out in New York and LA, and then they merge their way in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we gotta look online for our fashion. Like we can't just go out. Well, the spots where you can get some pieces and stuff like that, but the average person is not gonna know how to really shop, because we really don't know our identity like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's the thing about it, it's finding what works for you.
Okay.
You know, that's what I would say. There's no rules to fashion. I mean, I'll put on anything and make a statement with it. You see what I'm saying? But, fashion identifies who we are as people. I shop all over. I thrift.
Okay, right.
That's where a lot of people, but I look to others for inspiration as well, because there are a few people out here in Oklahoma that, have great, styling tips and fashion tips and all of that great stuff.
Okay, right. Okay, far as the thrifting, like, what are you looking for, like, when you thrift? Are you looking for vintage pieces, or are you looking for old 90 pieces? Like, what are you looking for that you like?
I'm looking for anything that will make a statement, basically.
Okay.
Vintage is one. Like the shirt that I'm wearing is vintage right now. So I look for vintage pieces, statement pieces, but in the styling industry, you have to be able to know what works, what flows together.
Right.
So I'm not. If I had to go in there and thrift, I just try to, get pieces that stand out and things like that. So,
yeah, because I remember, like, on the north, like that old train station looking, yeah, like they used to have some nice pieces in there. You know what I'm saying? Like old pieces that the Nicholas Hills piece. People
okay, so you're
over
talking
there.
about
I don't know if it's still there or not.
It's still there. It's off of Western,
okay,
right?
Right. Yeah, right by the train tracks.
Yeah, right by the train tracks. I know exactly where. Yeah,
right.
they used to have some really good pieces off in there.
Yeah.
And if you look up, you can find Gucci, Louis, all of that stuff. Yeah,
Right.
But it takes a special person to be able to thrift, because you might be in there for hours and only find one gem. But see, that's how I deal with depression, is because I, just put on some headphones and I just get to, looking through clothes and things like that.
Okay, right. Right. Okay, so what's the latest pickup that you think that you picked up that's cool?
So I would say was a vintage piece that I had on today. It was a rhinestone jacket. It was kind of like, not like a crop top, but it was like a half-length jacket, and I styled it with these earrings. But that was a vintage piece that was really, you can't find that anywhere. And so I looked up on it at a thrift store and got it for like $4.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you resell your stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so how's that going?
That is actually going great, honestly, because, every time I put on an outfit, somebody is like, can I purchase that and things like that. So, I would, basically sell the merchandise that I was wearing. And so basically, the boutique came about. I was, shopping with vendors, but that didn't really go so well. I was, had a bunch of inventory and stuff like that. So I said, you know what? I'm going to become a reseller. I'm going to resell. And so that's how the thrifting came about. Then I teamed up with my mom to, because everybody was like, oh, I love your clothes. So I said, you know what? I'm going to have me a closet sale.
Okay.
So I had my very first closet sale. First, I was selling them online, just on my regular Facebook. And then, the demand started getting, bigger and bigger. And so I had to create a group. And so then we started having, the closet sales at, my mom's apartment community in her event center space. So.
Oh, okay. So what you mean, like you teamed up with your mom?
Okay, so my mom, because she is also into fashion and she had her own boutique and everything like that, she helps me. Like I have my Facebook group, and so she helps. She's an admin on there, so she helps, people, the I can't even talk right now. Yeah, she helps maneuver that stuff around. Like, so she goes with me, she thrifts with me, she washes them, she hangs them, she decorates.
Okay.
She
You gotta
cooks.
wash them, right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Dry clean them, wash them, hang dry them. Maybe have to sew some buttons on them. You hear me? Come on now.
Okay. So does your mom inspire you? You know what I'm saying? Because she started early with the entrepreneur, and she's still doing it with the sweets, right?
Right. I'm definitely inspired by my mom. She has definitely taught us, when me and my sisters, how to be go-getters. We never really relied on anybody but ourselves and things like that. But she had her hands in everything. Cooking, candles, clothing, interior design, all of that stuff. So she was a hair braiding, and so she was a jack of all trades. So definitely, I would say that my mom is one of my inspirations. So.
Right. And you said that she helped you, so that's good that you're back doing good, and she's supporting it, and while seeing you do good. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing about it, is because she believes in me and believes in my vision. She wants to be right beside me and, helping me, because there's some things that I get overwhelmed with, and she be like, I got it. Okay, and so, dealing with depression and anxiety, you need somebody who can be like, if work is overwhelming, they take over. And so that's what she does.
Okay. So you feel like that you still the leader of the Fab Four, or what?
I wouldn't say that I'm the leader. We all have our own personalities. Like,
okay, for sure, right?
So I don't know, because I like to say that I'm set apart, because I am more on the scene than they are. Okay. So they are more quiet into themselves, work mode.
So you feel like that you on the scene now?
Yeah, somewhat, basically.
Okay.
But
well,
not
that's
on
good
the scene.
That you feel like that you on the scene.
Yeah, I'm on the scene, and not on the scene unless I'm conducting business. But
so
I do.
Business only.
It's networking. It's networking, definitely networking. So I would say the leader of the pack is. They're all bosses. Like, they have boss mentalities. So,
okay, right.
I mean, I don't even, that's hard to say. I'm definitely not the leader of the pack, because they're all, they're all bosses.
Okay. So, and that comes from mom.
That comes definitely from mom, yes.
Okay, yeah, because I seen the oldest do her thing. Then the youngest, she be doing her thing. The twin be doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? And you back. You know what I'm saying? So y'all back. What's the word that I'm trying to use? Because, like, when you was down, they was probably feeling like that we not all ourselves.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that. We were struggling as a family, because they were trying to trying to get me and my kids situated. So of course I had interrupted their lives with my shenanigans and everything like that.
Okay,
so
right.
Definitely everybody is thriving now.
Okay.
Everybody is thriving. Everybody is doing well.
Okay. Yeah, most definitely, right? Yeah, y'all got the bread, right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, y'all keep the bread, and then the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so all the kids is light skinned.
No.
Yeah, but except twins' kids.
Yeah, but except one of them.
No, two. Yours. And then twin son.
Oh, yeah. And then,
but the rest is light skinned and spoiled, right?
No. So there's a few, but I don't do colorism, so I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, you don't do colorism. Yeah. But you know.
Yeah, but you know, there's some that are different complex. You know.
Okay, so do you feel like the kids are spoiled though?
Definitely.
Most definitely.
Most
right?
definitely.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when
Most
y'all
definitely.
travel, it seemed like the kids be having that shit on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I would say, you know. I mean, you know, but they also work hard. There's, you know, two,
Oh, do they?
yeah.
Okay.
You know, like my twin sister's son, you know, he's in college, he's thriving, he's working. My son is at OSU. He's in college, you know,
Okay.
he's a finance major.
Okay. He's seen all that, but he still had the mental to be in them books.
Right. Yeah, my son, you know, he's very smart. He's very gifted at his age.
Because you know that like kids that go through that, they really don't, you know, they really don't go to college like that because they really going through stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And see, the most important thing is to be open and honest with your children. You have to let them know, you know, okay, and my kids know everything about me. I've never hid anything from them whatsoever because I want them to know how cruel the world can be. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yes, he understood, you know, what was going on. He didn't like it, but he understood what was going on. But he's definitely thriving. He's seen some stuff that I definitely regret, but you know, I don't, you know, hold on to those feelings.
Life,
yeah, it's definitely life.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
but
life, you know what I'm saying? And really, like, you know, as far as black people, like, we all seen some things younger, you know what I'm saying? Just how we grow up. You know what I'm saying? So don't really like. So do you feel bad that you put your kids through that?
You know, I definitely felt bad or whatever. I don't feel bad anymore.
Okay, right.
Yeah, because I have forgiven myself and they forgiven me as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So basically, you know, it's definitely changed behavior over here.
Okay.
You know, we're not going backwards. We're only moving forward. You know, and we thriving. You know, I got work to do. You know, I'm here to inspire. You know, someone through fashion, someone, you know, letting them know that, you know, there is life on the other side of opiates, you know, addiction, depression, anxiety, all of that stuff. If you just have to do the research though, and you have to put in the work. People don't, that's a lot of...
Yeah, but it's hard. Like, it's hard to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, and especially with the economy messed up and people really don't got the money like that. So that makes them even depressed too, though.
Right. But see, where it comes in at is taking your vitamins. Okay, right. Taking juicing, exercising, releasing those endorphins, you know, eating right. Because, the
food be messing us up, right?
The food is definitely what's messing us up.
Right. Like,
the food is.
Yeah, because the food, like it's basically just like dead spirits in the food.
Exactly. And they're shooting it up with hormones and all kind of stuff.
Right. Exactly. And it messes up.
It messes with your mental. Sugar, do you know that sugar causes depression? Too much sugar causes depression. Yeah, definitely. Too much sugar and junk food causes depression. So that's why, you know, it's very important for people to eat healthy or whatever, especially if they're dealing with some type of addiction or depression. It is very important to drink water, because your body is not fully functioning at full capacity if you're under, 8 ounces of water a day. So it's very important for you to drink water, and taking care of the temple. So.
So how often do you work out?
I work out every day. So me and my sister, well, not every day.
You don't take off?
I do.
You gotta take off now.
Listen. Me and my sister is on a challenge. We're on a 3-mile challenge Monday through Friday. So, we've been on each other's head or whatever and stuff like that. So, my sister's 40th birthday is coming up. And so, we outside in Miami. And so.
So you trying to lose snacks.
not necessarily snatch because I don't care. I
3
love
miles
me.
a day. Like
Yeah,
you trying to hit a goal.
I just want to be healthy. That's all.
Oh, okay.
I just want to be healthy.
So you about to have some Miami fashion.
Yeah, yes, and yes. I'm just gonna do Christie.
Okay,
yeah, I'm
exactly.
just gonna do Christie. That's it.
Okay, so you don't change it up like if you in a different city. You know what I'm saying? Like you always gonna do you.
No, let me, and that's so funny because I was scared to do me because I was always worried about what people would say. Oh, why she got that on? Or what you wearing that for and stuff like that. But now it's like, I don't care what anybody thinks. Like if I want to come out with a fur coat on and some boots in 100-degree weather, that's what I'm going to do because that's what I'm feeling like that day. So, I have been playing it safe up until, just recently. And yeah. And so now I'm like, yeah, you fit to see some fashion. We going up.
Okay, right. And like you got to do what makes you feel good.
Yeah, you definitely have to do what makes you feel good.
Yeah, man. Like, and that's what people really don't be doing. Like, like they'll go with the crowd.
Right.
Instead of just going what they feel and what makes them happy. Even if it's some nerd type shit,
right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you should still do what you want to do.
Do what you want to do. And that's exactly what I do. I do what I want to do. Okay, and I don't care what anybody has to say, about what I do.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to my Get Ready With Me video on tomorrow because I might pull out a fur coat on them. Like, for real.
Not the fur in the 106, you go firm?
Yeah. Listen.
Okay, so... Yeah, but fall is coming, so...
Oh, man. Fall is... Man, that's my season right there.
Oh, that's your season?
Oh, that's my season.
Why is it... Why? Because the weather's cool and you can do anything?
The weather is cool and you get... you can play with layers of clothing and stuff like that. You can layer a lot of different clothing and things like that. And then the colors and everything like that. I just love fashion. I mean, fall. That's my number one season. Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay. So this fall, then we getting some looks.
Oh, yeah. Fall, you got... Listen, you should see my archive, So we got... Yeah, I'm putting them together right as we speak.
What, you don't post everything? What, you be taking pictures and don't post them?
Yeah, like, so I look at things for inspiration, and then I go and try to recreate it. Or sometimes I don't even look at things for inspiration. I just go off of what I'm feeling at that moment. Yeah. So I never try to copy or anything, anybody. I just look at... Because sometimes, we have creative blocks as well.
Okay,
and sometimes we'll have that creative block and you'd have to look to somebody for inspiration, and that's what I do. I don't think that I have it all down packed. I'm still learning. So
okay, right. As you should though.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you going to the OKC fashion show?
I definitely am going. I don't know when it is. Listen, I just got back outside, so I don't even know. I just heard about it this week, but I haven't really did my research on it. But I definitely will be going to the OKC fashion.
Okay, well it's 9/9.
Oh, okay, September 9th. So that's
So you gonna be out of town? Or you gonna be in town?
Oh. I think that's the Miami trip. I'm not for sure.
See, that's what I'm saying. You got to check your schedule.
Yeah,
man.
I got to check my schedule. Have you ever been to one of the fashion shows?
Well, I interviewed her, you know what I'm saying? And she was explaining the fashion week. And then I asked her, how does she feel about Oklahoma fashion? You know what I'm saying? Because really, like, people from out of town, like, they think it's just horses and cows here. You know what I'm saying?
Cowboy boots and hats.
right. You know what I'm saying? But I asked her, and she gave her opinion, which she said that you can do anything with fashion.
You can do anything. There's no rules to fashion.
Right. So, but she's been putting it on for a couple of years now. Like, it's been going up. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's great. I heard a little bit about it, and so I need to check my schedule because that's definitely something I would love to, attend or whatever. So.
Okay. So, would you like to walk in like in a runway show?
I would not like to walk in a runway show.
Okay, that's too much.
No, it's definitely not too much for me because I think big. Like when I say big, putting on my own show.
Okay.
Yeah, putting on my own show.
Then,
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm set apart, so,
Right.
I'm not walking in anybody's show, but I definitely, in the near future, you will see Fab Four Studios.
Okay, show.
On it, yeah.
Yeah, man. But if you wearing the outfits, like, of course somebody's gonna come and like ask you to wear their outfit.
And I'm not opposed to it, but I mean this in the humblest way as possible. I just feel like I would suggest somebody else to do it. Not saying I'm too good or anything like that, but I know what the plan God has for me,
right.
and I don't want to deter that by any way, trying to do my own thing. So I'm just taking it day by day and allowing Him to order my steps.
Right, man. Yeah, God definitely got. So your story is definitely like inspiring to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like when you said that you were still praying while under the addiction, that lets me know that God really do got His hand on your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
People don't understand. I was literally high as a kite. I remember one instance where I must have got a hold to a bad opiate pill or something like that, a fake pill, because when I woke up, I couldn't walk or whatever. I was kind of like, just crippled or whatever, just couldn't walk. I was so stiff. And I remember bending over and then trying to get the kids ready for school, and I couldn't even do that. And so immediately I came to my sister's job, and they called 911 for me or whatever. And so I remember being on the stretcher, and still praising God and I didn't have some horrible stories. People don't understand. They didn't found me behind a wheel a few times in a Target parking lot. I didn't care, that's how bad of opiates. Like, I don't want people to think that, she only took 3 or 4 pills. No, honey, it was up to about 20 a day or whatever. And I still wasn't high off that. So.
Right. Yeah, man, but you must have the money too, because you can afford this addiction too.
Yeah. I definitely, and it was more of winning debt behind it, So people don't understand that when you have an addiction, you can go in debt behind that. So, of course, I've lost cars, I've lost homes behind it and things like that. I was irresponsible. Yeah. So it definitely took a hold on my finances.
Yeah. You pretty strong, man, to be, just how vocally you are with your story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really no holds barred. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's good that you're at a place where you can be accountable.
Yeah, definitely.
For your actions.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you bounce back from them, so that's good too, though. You know what I'm saying?
But it wasn't easy. I wanted people to understand that, it's not easy, but if you have to have a great support system and you have to have a made up mind.
Yeah.
You have to have a made up mind. And once you have those two, you will definitely beat the odds.
Okay. Right. Man, I appreciate you coming out, man.
I appreciate you having me. It was great,
Okay, so this is probably this is my 3rd time even seeing you, right? You know what I'm saying? So to get your story, not knowing you over the years,
right?
And to get your story now, man, it's like, man, that's real powerful. You know what I'm saying? And
I appreciate it.
And I got to know basically where you was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And but it's 2023,
right?
And you more vibrant than you was back then.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, because God is doing a new thing in me, and I want people to understand that sometimes, you know, when I was dealing with depression and anxiety, I went on a self-healing journey, basically,
right.
you know, dealing with past traumas, you know, dealing with things that people don't speak about. And, you know, I decided to start, you know, doing my research, like I stated to you, juicing and, you know, spending time with myself. People don't understand that self-care is a must, you know, and that's basically, you know, the difference between back then and now is because I spent a little bit more time choosing me. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I do.
Oh yeah, man. I'm just glad that you're here to tell it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because you've been through a lot.
Yeah, I
Christie,
have.
like
I
real
have.
talk. You know what I'm saying? Like you've been damn near another life.
Yeah, I was.
You know what I'm saying? And this is your new life going into, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it definitely surprises me because of the simple fact that so many people, like, I'll go, you know, out and they be like, you're the one that does the Get Ready With Me videos. And you know, and so that makes me feel good because people are watching, you know, and you know, and I just want people to know that I'm more than just fashion. You know, I'm an advocate for, you know, addiction and things like that. I want to see people get better.
Right.
You know, I really do.
Oh yeah. Man, I appreciate you coming out, man. Real talk, man. I appreciate the story on the platform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Thank you for having me. It was great. You know, you fam and everything.
Yeah. Oh, am I still fam?
You still fam.
Oh,
You gonna always be fam.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to hear. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so tell the people where they can reach you, you know, if they got questions or anything, or if they want to reach out to your fashion. You know
okay, so you can definitely follow me on Facebook, which is Fat Force Studio LLC, or you can follow Fat Force Studio LLC Closet Group. That's where I do most of my Get Ready With Me videos. I have events, prizes, and I do items for sale.
Okay.
So basically, and then my name is Christie Boyd. You can also reach me by my full government name on Facebook, and definitely I'll be open to answering questions for anybody.
Okay, already, man. I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you.
Okay, Shot of Brandy podcast, man. That's episode 241 with Christie Boyd.
Man, that was a great interview.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, twin.
Man, you made me feel so comfortable.
Oh yeah, for
I'm
sure.